Okay, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Selamat pagi semua dan salam sejahtera bagi pihak GCH. We are a bit honoured lah to be invited this time. Cuma saya punya slides ni is actually quite is an overview slide lah. Saya cakap English dengan Malay so together. So it's more on sharing experiences lah, better than we go through the slides, because later kalau nak detail macam mana you nak penetrate hypermarket ke, you want to know more about the trading terms and contract, you can come to the counter, we can discuss further lah. So we are looking at the overview lah, macam the oversight. So my presentation is very simple. Dia punya, I straight away jump to the challenges because I see that a lot of IKS and SME punya suppliers, they face a lot of issues when they are dealing with hypermarket, because we are looking at MNC's hypermarket macam Giant, Aeon Big, Cold Storage. I'm not only talking about Giant, okay? I'm talking about everyone lah. So before that, let me tell you about what my background is. So I am handling mostly on government and corporate punya affairs, tempat Malaysia lah. Before that, I was with Maidin. Before this, I was doing the CRM, and before Maidin, I was in don't know whether you all tahu tak, Carrefour dulu. In the year, I was in Singapore in 1999, then in Malaysia 2005. So at that time, we were the first hyper lah, Carrefour, before they sold it off to Aeon Big. So tempat Carrefour, I did commercial lah. So that's why I can share like what are the things that you can quickly grasp and then take note lah, sebelum you jump into the water with the hypermarket. I'm not trying to I'm not trying to demotivate, so I'm just telling you the reality. It's a difficult time because I understand that this is your own money, your own business, so it's different from working from someone else, kan? So okay, straight away I tell you what are the things that normally that restrict a lot of small vendors or IKS or SME. Okay, first is the trading term. Okay, the trading term is your contract. So when you meet anyone, any hypermarket or anybody lah, when you sign, the first thing to do is you kena understand the trading term. Okay, it's very important because the trading term ni dia tak ada negotiation ni tau. Once you sign, if there's an invoice to deduct, they will deduct tau. There is no way you can say, oh, I didn't sign for the ullage, oh, I didn't sign for the return. Oh, memang, dia automatic tau. Okay? So, dalam trading terms, later I go detail a bit, just to tell you, there are the margins and then what kind of margins that hypermarket require. They are the front, they are the back, they are the extra this, extra that. A lot of hidden costs, okay? Cakap senang lah, a lot So, you have to really go and understand, okay, the rebate, how the rebate work, and what are the different fees yang dia charge. Tak kisahlah Giant ke, Lotus ke, semua sama, lebih kurang, okay, it's the same. And then the second one is you have to have your logistic system up lah, okay, because majority they will ask you to send to the DC, okay. Pada saya DC is not bad actually, because like Giant alone, if I'm at 100 outlet, now Giant we are at 37 hypermarket, we have 17 upscale which is Mercato, Cold Storage, and then we have 36 Giant Mini, and we have some TMC here and there lah. So GCH ni dia bawah dia je is Giant, banyak-banyak lagi lah. So when you sign to have the thing delivered, you must understand there are banyak mode of delivering. Okay, if you can send to the DC, and then we send to all the 100 outlet for you. There is a percentage they will charge. Okay, so you have to input this in your cost. Okay, you don't just go blind and then okay, this is extra. After, if you cannot deliver to DC, they are quite flexible. You can deliver direct to the outlet. Boleh? You can deliver direct to the outlet, no issue. There is no charge. So you send with your own truck and then you can do it lah. You also can have cross dock punya facility, meaning you send to DC, tak masuk storage pun. Okay, just singgah and go pun boleh. So that's why there's a lot of things you need to ask dia punya buyer when you negotiate. Okay, a lot of charges, dia ada macam-macam charge. Okay, DC tu lain. Okay, and most of the, okay, number 3 is your barcode. Ni standard lah, you need to have the barcode. But the barcode you cannot run, you need to have and then you need to register. So if you are a small, if you are a not so big supplier and then you have to pay for 1,000 barcode, then doesn't make sense. Rugi. And it's not cheap. Now I think it's a few thousand. Okay, non-refundable lah. Itu bukan kita, itu GS1. So again, you need to see how you need to incorporate this into your cost. Okay, these are all extra charges tau. You kena ada. If you are selling macam tepi-tepi jalan, that one is okay, different. This one you really need because they need to scan the receiving. Okay, so that is one issue you kena consider. Then yang number 4 ni is labeling. That was normal. Because a lot of SME jumpa saya, dah buat dah. Dia dah ada barang dah. Dia tunjuk saya ni, keropok ni. Tuan, keropok ni. Saya check belakang, ada label. So, label is different. So, itu KKM dah issue I think the latest one, early this year. So, you need to follow dia punya structure. What are dia punya NOT, dia punya ingredients semua. You have to follow before you do your packaging. Because packaging once you dah buat, kalau salah dah banyak kan, you print banyak tau. Okay, so itu pun you kena prihatin so you have to be careful. Also, okay, yang large minimum MOQ ni, it's not so bad. Because you can, it's on case by case you can discuss. So I don't think it's a problem sangat. The other one is the payment terms. Normally hypermarket dia punya payment terms is 60 days. Okay, some even 90 days. I don't know, there's dulu time saya ada lagi lebih. So the issue is not, even if it's 30 days, in principle, most of the SMEs they think they sign 30 days, right? Okay, but you must understand the 30 days is month end. I give you example It's month end tau, 30 days. So meaning, it depends on bila you hantar, and then you can get the 30 days tau. If not, you won't get at 30 days. Example if you send, let's say today is like now is June kan? Today is end of June So if you send today and you sign 30 days, you should get your payment in end of July because it's end month. But if you supply 2nd of July, you don't get end of July because 30 days month end. So you get in August. End of August tau. So it's 60 hari tau. Walaupun you sign 30 days. Imagine you sign 60 days. So that's why I tell you kena understand what are when you sign, you must see what you sign. In terms of finance, what you need to consider. Trading term, what you need to consider. You look at all your labeling. Semua banyak things you consider before you jump into the bandwagon orang cakap kan. Pasal dia punya ini very stiff. The other one is regulatory affairs is this. I give you example If you are supplying control item, worse. A lot of license to apply, permit. For example, you look but mostly these are the big players lah. CSA license kan, you're aware kan. Your flour, your flour, sugar and so on. So if you are doing this, you need to abide with the rule. If you are supplying minyak or even you are selected repackers by KPDN, you still ada quota to supply. So a lot of government punya KPDN rules, you need to understand if your category is involved. Okay, so a lot of supplier they not fully aware. I give example you kasih saya RM10, saya jual RM15, betul kan? So under the Akta 21 you kasih saya RM10, I sell RM15. If I want to sell RM20, I cannot. I catut. You see, because the Akta states that the margin that you earn, it has to be not more than the average of 3 years punya before punya margin tau. Calculation is complex. So these are the things you really need to go and see how you can do. If not, you ask the buyer. Dia punya general rule is simple. When a supplier increase the price, I can increase. If I'm earning 10% last year, the cost increase, I increase accordingly. Harga naik, I tak kena saman. But if the supplier don't increase and I increase, I kena. But now my question is, if you increase, they're going to go after you also So and dia bukan pasal going after. Dia punya process is very tough. Dia minta supplier invoice 3 tahun. And dia akan select invoice by transaction. And they want it within 48 hours. So it's very tough. So that's why I cakap, this is only, saya baru cakap pasal Akta 21. I belum cakap lagi pasal Akta bekalan. A lot of Akta here and there kan. So macam sekarang you look at if you look at the SST and so on, right? What is going on dah kecoh kan sekarang. So you have to understand your category. So it's quite complex. It's not so easy to categorize tau sekarang. For example, the new SST yang they broaden the category kan. Okay. Because actually SST is sales and service. By right, makanan and so on we are not affected. Okay, by right. But because of the services yang is included in the process, macam buah tak kena, tak kena. But the moment if I process the buah, it becomes a service and then it's a different story already. So I think they are still streamlining this thing lah. Cuma my advice to everyone is, if your category is involved, you need to check. Because dia bukan macam GST, dia tak full tau. Dia tak apply to everyone. So I mean GST is everyone. This SST is different. Dia targeted tau. So if your category is involved, you need to make sure that you input all this costing inside. Okay, the other one, the last one is the federal and state. A lot of SME dia tak aware yang a lot of government dia buat initiatives for the B40 tau, which affects your item. For example if you look at My Kasih program kan sekarang going on. So the My Kasih ni, what they have done is, My Kasih is the vehicle to run the program. Yang dia punya stakeholder is KPDN. So they pump money inside. A lot of money they pump. So we are looking at 5.4 million recipient tahun ni dapat average of 100 ringgit every month until December tau. We are looking at a lot of money. So retailers yang they select, big retailers like us memang a lot. Sampai kita orang stock out. So the problem is now when I talk to, for example, like Adabi, I talk to a few. Diorang pun tak tahu barang diorang inside the My Kasih list. So itu dah issue dah for me. Alamak. If you know there's a demand, then you know that people are coming for this, and you also don't know your item apa. So macam for me doesn't make sense. I can take advantage tau. I can sell more no. Because dia punya My Kasih punya turnover is crazy. It's a lot. Giant alone we are looking at 12 million, give and take. It's quite extensive. So if I'm a supplier, vendor, I have to know lah what are the SKU, because not everything you supply will be selected in the list. They call it a white list. So the white list you need to check at their portal, or you can check with your hyper, and then you can do your staggered ordering and you can do your thing. So then it makes sense. Tu baru My Kasih. Some more examples macam Rahmah pun, I'm buying from you, your product, okay, at 10 ringgit. I want to sell at 8 ringgit. So I lose 2 ringgit, right? Supplier cakap, I don't care. I sell you at 10 You punya pasal tau. I sell you at 10. You nak jual 8, I don't care tau. Kita pun jual at 8, but I can claim the 2 ringgit from the government. That is how Rama work. So every month by state, if I'm not mistaken, they got about 1 million to spend, but that's the punya direction lah now. They do every month once at hypermarket, they choose Tapi sekarang banyak dia buat kat bergerak yang those at Adon side, quite a lot. So if I'm a supplier or if I'm a new player, I will take advantage of this kind of thing. So you have to keep a lookout at KPDN punya website. Dia banyak inisiatif untuk vendor, banyak vendor tak tahu, supplier pun tak tahu. So as a supplier, your key reference is always KPDN. You kena ingat tau, KPDN is very important. Like for me, KPDN give me all my CSA license, all my main license semua tau. Other than the business license we don't care, that one is majlis But the government and the ruling one is the KPDN. If you are doing food, you need to pay attention also to KKM, very important. KKM handles labeling and they handles all your your product punya freshness lah. They come and check. What they do is for frozen, they come and check every day tau. They will come to Hyper, they check, and they tell you, I take 10 item, I want to go for lab test. Lepas tu dia test, okay, Giant saman because exceed dia punya insecticide, whatever lah kena. And then what I do, I don't care, I indemnify in the contract. You kena tau. See, then you kena. So what I'm trying to tell you is, when you sign, the fine print semua you kena understand and you make sure that you know what you're getting yourself into lah. Okay, big companies like MNC, we are fully covered tau. Okay, we are fully covered. So whenever if there's any part of the trading term that you don't understand or you don't agree, you need to go and highlight. At the end of the day banyak orang cakap, Azri, I can't go in lah, very difficult lah hypermarket. So actually it's not that. Okay, it's actually everywhere we go is the same. It's who need who lah. If the retailer need you, if your product is like for example Milo, right? Definitely you need them correct? So of course the buyer will have less bargaining power. So if they see that you are trying to sort out, try to masuk barang you, so there's a risk. Of course they will make life difficult for you a bit lah. But at the end of the day, it's all about sales. Okay, what I'm saying is, whatever you do, you don't go in blind lah. So you make sure you have your forecast. You have your forecast and you have your exit plan lah. Your exit plan mesti ada, because your own money I'm telling you. Because I dah dengar macam-macam tau, I have close friends, supply this and that, close shop, kesian lah. So your exit plan kena ada lah. Okay, most of the contract they sign is returnable tau. So meaning tomorrow also I don't like your face, I can return no. I mean cakap macam itulah kan. Of course they don't do that lah. Hopefully not lah. So if you have your exit plan and so on, then at least you have your parachute lah. So not so bad. See, baru satu slide. Okay, tak apa, I go fast one Dah. Kau tekan Okay, just a quick one for the trading term. Margin pun ada front and back. Front is, what is the front? Meaning if you buying at 10 ringgit, I sell at 12 ringgit. Okay, I got 2 ringgit as my front. At the back, I ask you rebate. I want 10% from you. I want 5% ANP, 1% listing. Semua lah. Okay. This is actually most of this I gather all the trading term yang industry wise lah. It's not specific to any company. It's not Giant Giant very relaxed, don't worry. Okay. No lah. So anyway, general fees, when you want to enter, you have to pay a listing fee, you have to pay an opening fee. It depends. So normally new vendor listing, I think the entry level is 5,000. But it depends again. It depends on your category of product. If you are selling a small keropok, takkan I want to charge you that amount. Okay, so don't worry. The other thing, there is a so-called SME punya waiver. Okay. There is a SME waiver, IKS waiver. That one, nanti you PM tepi, I tell you how to do. Okay, so the whole objective of the waiver is to work together with the SME Corp, KPDN, and we try to get SMEs to come in as much. Because kita buat the KPI, we need a contribution of percentage to the total sales. As at now, the percentage I have is quite low for IKS and SME. So kita pun nak try to build up dia punya ni lah, this group of client. Okay, next one I speak about cross dock. Okay, rebate. Okay, rebate Margin is margin rebate belakang belakang Okay. So there's fixed rebate. So no matter what happen, if you sign 10%, I will bill you 10% on invoice. Okay? So the practice is yearly, or you can opt for half yearly, quarterly, depends. Again, it's case by case, but generally it's yearly. Fixed means whatever you do, you don't do, I bill you 10%. Okay? So make sure whatever cost you are giving, when you give me a price list too, I take back, go through and redo. Betul. Because you will be surprised what is the net that we are going to ask. Pengsan nanti jatuh tak boleh bangun ni. Okay? So but again, it's the volume game. So if your volume is high, then it's not so bad. Okay. Conditional means what? Conditional means if you hit a certain tier, I want more rebate. So if let's say we agree, okay, I'm going to purchase from you 100k, but the 110k, you give me extra rebate lah, 1%, 0.5, depends. Okay, it's a conditional rebate. That one I agree because it's progressive rebate. They're based on sales. So you also have promotion discount fund, event. It means there's an event, you sign. So actually I'm not supposed to say this lah, but whatever you do when you sign anything, you taruh situ case by case. Protect yourself first. Okay, case by case. Kalau ada event, meaning you sign the commercial fees, baru they bill. You avoid the automatic punya. Conditional, non-conditional semua automatic bill tau. So you try to avoid the automatic, you sign case by case, okay? The new store opening, you tak ada dalam pun dia charge tau. Okay? So make sure you sign, saya tak ada dalam, saya tak charge Or if your strategy is to penetrate the whole market, if they give you a bay and then you for me, if you are at that new outlet, you pay lah. For me lah, I mean, kan? Doesn't make sense what? I don't pay kan? So, and if they are making the store nicer and you are spending, of course, everybody need to chip in lah. But it doesn't make sense if dia decorate yang store yang you tak ada lah. So again, you have to common sense you have to do your part lah. Next is this one. This one is actually quite general. I mean, most of the macam kita orang Lotus, Aeon Mix semua ada. Okay, mine is at Sepang for most of my DC lah. Then the food one is at Kajang. Just to let you know, kita dah split daripada Guardian Pharmacy, but the Guardian DC is still there. So kalau you hantar nampak Guardian tu, jangan panik, because Guardian is renting from us now at Sepang. Okay, for again, what I've spoken to some of the punya people like SME Corp, I pun ada cakap dengan, I pun nak support Asnaf, I support Zakat side and then IKS. I think the problem with your kind of industry, because you're small kan, you're smaller compared to the big giant. They don't care, see, they hold the power. So when you are small ni, you need to make yourself bigger lah. And if you do it alone, you cannot do. So if you partner kawan-kawan pun nanti lari pun susah. So I suggest lah dengan those koperasi macam SME. If the objective is to help the IKS and SME, they must help. For example if you sign a GS1, I don't do on my own lah. I only need 20 barcode saja for my keropok. I want to pay 5k. Doesn't make sense kan? So I was telling them, why not even SME Corp ke apa, you all belilah, you all register lah, and then you jual je lah tempat buy barcode lah, RM50 ke, I don't know kan. So they should have this platform, and then because you register, is you pay every year no. Itu kena every year bayar tau, bukan free. And then you use only like what 20 barcode, 100 barcode. You apply 1,000 tau sekali. So again, that's why I say I was talking to those SME kau, I cakap why not ada satu badan ni, you help the SME lah. You want 5 barcode, okay you take 5, you pay lah. So this is an example. The other one is logistic. If you do a shared logistic, even by SME Corp or SME Bank dulu ada facility ni tau. They have a reduced rate for IKS and SME. So if you boleh consolidate and then share a place, and then even the delivery is done by one guy, you all dah okay lah. So that you all share the cost. The whole idea is to share the cost. That someone kat SME ke, kat mana ke, KPDN ke, kan, kat Kuskop ke, so they know lah. So if they can have one guy to help you with all this, because you have, I see your problem is at logistic. So tolong lah, okay, I need shared logistic, shared truck, and then kalau boleh pun one trading term, meaning tak tahu ada SME okay. Let's say lah, I buka satu, okay, I jual keropok je. Okay, semua jual keropok datang kat saya SME datang kat saya. So saya register. Trading term I sign under one. That means I sign all the trading term under that guy je. Then when I pay that guy, the SME pay you all lah. So you are the power. And then you tak payah MOQ tau. Because you see when you deliver a truck, if it's not full, you lose lah. You lose lah. So the whole idea is to consolidate. If someone can consolidate in terms of logistics, in terms of delivery, then I think you are going to be okay. If someone can consolidate your GS1 barcode, then you going to be okay. So because application will be one, then you all share lah. See? So I think this one way kena pressure the agencies again, not to scare you again DC Logistic ada dia punya own contract, okay? Trading term You hantar lambat, you kena automatic I don't call you, hey you lambat, I deduct, tak ada. Dia will deduct. You wrong barcode, wrong SKU, I scan salah, I deduct. Incomplete delivery. So that's why I tell you when you sign, fine print tu you zeroize semua, or you don't sign lah. I mean, it doesn't make sense because mesti ada mistake kan kadang-kadang. But I'm not going to, we don't penalty on full delivery lah. For example, if I order 10, you send 9, I will only penalize you 1. I'm not penalize you 10, but you're talking about 10. Kalau macam Milo tu beribu satu container, is a lot. Okay. So again, so be careful lah. So a lot of fine print. Pasal DC ada their own trading. Okay. Next one, I think ada lagi. Okay. Okay, these are some quick checklists where you can ask lah. If when they ask you for a percentage, what is the fee? So it depends if it's cross dock, if it's storage, if it's singgah, if it's direct to store. So it depends. What's the worst case scenario? Worst case scenario is 4%. Okay, you all tahu kan DC? Okay, how they charge you? Like I charge makcik 2%, I charge makcik 4%. So it all depends. So it all depends on the CBM. Familiar kan? Cubic meter. If your carton is big, then the charges will be more. So smaller CBM item is very little, but normally very small similar item they will send direct if they are in Klang Valley. So another thing to take note also, bigger item you will have a lot of cost in terms of business. You supply basikal compared to you supply jam, not jam, I mean a smaller item, accessories ke, your storage, your transport, your DC semua lain. It's very expensive because now logistics is very expensive. The new SST kena they will charge the extra, and guess who's going to pass the bill to? Going to pass to you. So at the end of the day, your cost will increase, and my price will increase, and the customer will pay more lah. So again, what is cross dock? If nanti you can ask me if you want the penalties, what are the rules. These are all the common questions, but you know, nanti kalau nak benda ni nanti I ask, you can get from my team. Okay, next one. Okay, this is the barcode lah. So barcode, try to do a joint registration, okay, and then among you yourself kan, try to share. You can also go to the website dia ada. They can explain more about this, okay. Next. Okay. Tadi I cakap pasal permits kan, okay. You have to be aware of all the punya licenses that you need, okay. Banyak tau lesen. For me, alone hypermarket, I have about, I think berpuluh-puluh lesen, okay. And the license also depends on majlis. Some majlis different. So if you are looking at, for me selalunya food lah. Food is very important lah, okay. You don't have halal, you have to go for it lah, okay. It's quite clear. So if you want this, I can pass to you, or you can always check GPT, or you can always go DeepSeek and check. Cuma what I'm saying is, even business license by state pun lain, okay. Business license by state pun lain. Some category they charge, some they don't charge. And then some majlis is online, some is offline, so you have to know. Your business license is a must, your SSM is a must, itu penting. If you are doing CSA or cooking oil or rice, these are all special license you need, okay. You tak boleh sebarang jual. You jual satu lesen, you simpan pun satu lesen. Different, It's very tough. The worst one is the liquor. Liquor is tough. Kalau you nak masuk liquor, is the toughest of the tough lah. Okay, because they going to make it difficult lah. Because you know why Liquor you kena minta 6 agency tu kasih surat sokongan. Okay, 6. You got pejabat tanah, you got majlis, bomba, polis, and daerah. Okay, so just to have a knowledge lah. Meeting dia setahun sekali je, so it's tough. Okay, I think the rest is quite straightforward. I think next. Okay, this is an example of label lah. Okay, be careful lah label. Labeling you can also check online. What you check at KKM, jangan check tempat ni tau. Check at KKM. If you want to do a packaging like rice, a control item or a sensitive item, I suggest you go to KKM and you ask for advice. They will charge lah. It's like a consultant fee, but worth lah. Sebab saya pernah buat label my own private brand, Giant brand. So kita tak nak bayar that RM200. So in the end, ding dang, I think 10 times. Just to have the, I want this on the top right, made in Malaysia on the left, macam-macam. So to play safe, you go there and apply, and then they will tell you what to do, and you just pay a small sum. Sama dengan IPO. IPO sama, intellectual property pun sama. So if you think that your brand is good, you want to safeguard, you just go IPO. Okay, do not IPO, jangan terus fill up and then pay the 900 or 1,000 ringgit. Tak payah, okay, very risky. IPO, first thing to do is go to IPO tempat PJ tu, you go and pay 250 ringgit, go for the consultant advice on your brand. They will check for you, your logo, your color, they will check, and then they will help you until dah okay, baru dia cakap you apply. If you apply direct, chances are they're going to reject. They're going to reject sebab you tak ikut dia punya ni, macam-macam color lah, and then they will ask the stakeholder. The rules of IPO pun sama so certain things you cannot use, so you kena understand lah. So always check dengan dia punya checklist before you apply the IPO, because ada cost. This for your brand lah, you need to protect your brand, because tomorrow if you you sell something good and you don't register, you know, I can take the number I register. You have to pay me. That is a problem. Okay. I think for this part, normally packaging is very important because how you pack, dia punya kotak semua is all very important because they stack up. Okay, next. Okay lah. Okay, so what I can advise is if you can share your load, then you try to share with an agency. Okay, you go through agency that can help you guys. SME Corp, KPDN. KPDN ada IKS SME punya support. You can go to them. Okay, SME Corp pun ada. You can go. KUS Corp pun ada. So there's a few. MITI pun ada. Some macam SME bank also provide this kind of facility. So you must go and check and find because these are free money. Okay. You try to leverage you punya apa? You punya ni lah, you punya what you can with the agency lah. So seorang pergi tak boleh kena pergi a few and then pergi. I think retail pun now you know, just tell you dia punya now the retail is bad lah, okay? To be honest lah, is bad lah. I mean it's bad compared to many kita punya time lama. So a lot of non-food is suffering a lot. My GMS is suffering. A lot of people is buying online. So you must ask yourself lah, is your product really nak ke masuk hypermarket tu? Boleh jual ke? Very important. Okay. So I think next one, last one. So again come back to you, please you re-evaluate you punya plan and then get all your registration up, get all your certificate up, and then you try to align all your logistics. And then what is the most important thing is when you negotiate, okay, it cannot be satu kali terus sign je, okay. So you have to get the buyer you have to justify lah, try your best and do lah. I think that's about it. Tak lagi. So actually ada banyak appendix, but I don't want to go through. You have questions, then you just come and see me later lah after lunch. I think I'll be around until 2 or 3 or 4. Boleh explain more lah. Okay. So hopefully this helps lah. So I wish everyone the best lah. Okay. I think we can do it. Okay. Thank you. Assalamualaikum. Alright.